Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Teresa and today I cannot wait to show you how to make this card. This is a fun fold technique where by the time you're done you have sort of like an easel card. You would receive it this way, you'd open it up, you'll have your saying on the inside, handwrite something, and then look how cute. You can display it on a bookshelf or your desk at work. So I want to show you how to make this, but we're going to use a completely different color scheme. I do like this green, but I wanted to show you our new designer series paper, the Hydrangea. So let's go ahead and put this off to the side and we'll go ahead and get started. The first thing you need is a piece of paper that measures 10 by 7. I am using the Seaside Spray because it does coordinate with our new designer series paper called Hydrangea Hill. Let me get out the trimmer, put the cutting blade up out of the way, and you're going to want to score it on the 10-inch side. We're going to score it in two places. We're going to score it at 5 inches. You don't have to press too hard. And then we're going to score it at 2.5 inches. So let's put that there. There you go. Now we can go ahead and we'll just give that a nice fold. See, that scoring line just really helps us get that first fold started. Yep, let's get the boning tool. Let's go ahead and burnish that. Press that nice and hard. You don't need this boning tool. You can certainly press down really hard with your fingers. So see, we've already got our base card put on. Now, in here, for this big piece down here, you're going to this big one right here, you need to cut a piece of paper that measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I have done that. This is one of the pieces from the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. Isn't that pretty? And of course, it's always printed on the back side as well, but this is the side that I want showing. So let's just grab some liquid Tombow glue. Again, don't go too close to the edges because when you I don't know why it's so hard to speak. When you apply pressure, if your glue is too close to the edges, it can seep out and you don't want that. Let's turn this paper the correct way. The part I do like the Stamping Seal Plus. I like it a lot, as a matter of fact, but when it comes to having to line up more than one sheet of paper, the glue just gives you some maneuverability. Okay, on the inside here, we do need to cut a piece that measures, again, the 6 3/4, but this time it should measure 2 1/4 up and down. And I do have a piece that's already cut. I could stamp a sentiment, and there are a lot of different things that we could use from the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. It has sayings, plenty of them I could use, but if you've seen any of my other videos, I do like to leave this blank. I really can't say enough about receiving something in someone's handwriting, so I like that a lot. But I do realize that that's not for everybody, so luckily the stamp sets always come, well, not always, but almost always come with wonderful sentiments that you can use. So if you don't prefer to write in it, and some people don't for a variety of reasons, that's okay. You can always stamp your sentiment on the inside. See, that glue is giving me a chance to really look and make sure it's lined up exactly how I want it. Look how far we've come. Lickety split. It's so fast, so simple. Now, for the outside piece, for this card, I just used some stamping blends and freehanded a design, but I didn't want to do that for this card. For this card, I wanted a pattern. Now, you're probably saying, there's an issue, Teresa, if you can see it. Well, yeah, there is. I wanted to use this embossing folder. It's from the Wrapped in Texture embossing folders, but it's not quite long enough to do an entire piece for a card this size. There would be an overhang. But since we're going to cover the center portion, I went ahead and I ran it through the embossing folder that way. Then I turned it and I ran it through the embossing folder this way. The same side facing up. I don't care that this is not embossed. You'll see why. It's going to be hidden anyway. it's a non-issue. So let's go ahead and apply that. Again, some liquid glue, our Tombow glue, and that'll get down in all these little nooks and crannies that are caused from the embossing. Okay. And again, it's going to give me just the right amount of time and the flexibility to really put this exactly where I want it. And in this particular technique, I need that. Again, don't worry about that. You'll see why in a second. So all of that's assembled. I can push that over to the side. Now, you do need a piece of paper now to stamp our hydrangea, okay? And that piece of paper is going to measure 4.5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to use from the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. We're going to use this flower right here. It's got the big bloom as well as the stem and some leaves. The coordinating colors, one of the coordinating colors with this designer series paper is the Misty Moonlight. And again, everything coordinates, and that's what makes it so much fun with Stampin' Up, in my opinion, because I certainly can stress over stuff, and I didn't want to stress over this. So let me just push that down. You probably see the camera moving. My table, I'm just picking it up and applying a little pressure. My table is not a hard surface. It's one of those tables that's more flexible, made of plastic. So sometimes I can't get the center pushed as well as I could if I had a harder surface to work with. Now, what I want to do next is taking one of our Stampin' Up colored pencils. There's one in the Night of Navy. I'm just going to freehand, not worried too much. I don't want to go too far outside the lines, but I don't need to fill in everything. This is just some background. You'll see why in a second. And for this particular one, I'm not going to color in the leaves. Okay, and we can just put that off to the side. Now, with the coordinating dies, with the hydrangea, the dies that go with it, one of them is this long one. So what I'm going to do is, or I've already done it, I went ahead and punched out some white cardstock, as well as some, there's the white pieces. Let me make sure you can see them. These are just a few as an example. And I punched some out in the Seaside Spray. Seaside Spray is another color that coordinates with this set. Now what you're going to do, or what I did, is I took each of the white petals, my dark Seaside Spray blend, stamping blends, and using the brush side, the thicker side, I just went around each petal and laid on a little bit of that color. Do you see that? Come up a little closer. And I'm not even worried about it. Look, that's fine. That's a little bit more on that side than the other side. As you'll find, in nature, it's not perfect. And then in the center of each one, I applied a dot. So I did that to a whole bunch of them. And here's some that are already finished for us. Now, what I did is I left some of the white ones plain, and then with some of the other white ones, I adhered them to the blue. All you need to do here is put a tiny piece of glue, just a little dot. Oop, that's too much, but you'll make it smaller. You'll do it correct without the pressure of somebody watching. And then I use these nice little pinchers. They're probably called, I don't even know what they're called. It escapes me at the moment. But anyhow, and just put them in place and let them dry. And then all you're going to do, I started it here for the sake of time, we're going to apply them. See, just real random. These are the ones that have the backing, the blue backing, and then there's some flowers that don't have the blue backing. Grabbing tiny glue dots and their handy dandy tool, I folded that little glue dot over, see, and then just placed it on the back. And here you can get kind of creative. We can get creative in a whole lot of places. Let's see. I want to keep a lot of the darker blues here towards the front. We'll put that one there. And I want to put some more of just the white petals on. Now the white petals I really kind of played with, shoved some underneath, you know, underneath the existing ones. I don't want too even of the edges, a little random. You know, this is where you get to, well, in most places, but really let your creativity fly. Enjoy it. Just tuck that one under. I even overlapped it a little. That's okay. And let me just put one more on I think I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. And I think I'm going to just tuck that one like this. So you can go crazy. I mean, you could always add more here and there. But I'm going to leave this here for now. Let me go ahead and clear off my workspace for you. And while that just sets a minute, we'll put that off to the side. Actually, what I can do is go ahead and adhere it down. Again, using our liquid glue. Go around the outsides, a thin layer. This is coming out thick. This is a brand new bottle, so I just finished up another bottle, so I was squeezing it a little too hard. I need to stop that because this is a new bottle, so that's my fault. I'm gonna put that glue on the back of my hand. I'll deal with that in a minute. Oh, is that the wrong sheet? Sure do. Pardon me, I pulled out the wrong sheet. This is the one that I want to put on. This is the correct cut. Okay, and again, I have a second to get that into place exactly how I want it. All right, that's good. Give that just a moment. Okay, and now while that sets up, I wanted to find a greeting that was small enough to fit this cute little tag die thing that they have. Oops. Pardon me. And the one I found is one of the other stamp sets. This is a retired stamp set, but this proves the point. There's still, just because it's retired, pull out your old stamp sets. But I really liked the look of that hello. So that's what I went ahead and used. So grabbing our Misty Moonlight and a scrap sheet of white paper. I do like to just have some scraps on hand at all times. I'm going to go ahead and let's just stamp a hello. Okay, and then I would go ahead and cut that out, you know, take it over to your Big Shot and cut it out. And for the sake of time, I've already done that. So that piece is ready. I'm going to continue pushing that down. Sorry for shaking the camera there. We're assembling a couple more pieces. Now, the next thing I want to do is this little centerpiece, since I have my stamp pad up. Now, this saying is from the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. You are capable of amazing things. So I have that already set up. And I have this punch. And let's just use this piece here. And we're going to stamp that, put up some Misty Moonlight ink. Hopefully I get this done the first time. Oh, I don't like that. I didn't get it right. I didn't get you are capable. Okay, let's see if I got it this time. Ah, yes. Yay, second time's a charm. Okay, close your ink. While that has a second to dry, I'm getting out our double oval punch. And using a scrap sheet, I was just looking to see if I had any smaller scrap sheets. Yeah, I do. Using a scrap sheet of this Seaside Spray, I'm going to cut out the larger scalloped oval. This should be dry now. And let's go ahead and cut out the You Are Capable of Amazing Things. Up. I might have to take some length off, and that's fine. See, we're just going to line it up to this bottom oval here, the non-scalloped one. That looks good. Okay. And let's go ahead and put these pieces together. Again, because I'm going to have to probably move it around a little, I'm going to put the glue. I'm going to use the liquid glue. All right, I was storing it straight side up. There we go. Okay. And I do like to center it. Although I'll have to be honest, it's usually pretty cute when people off-center it as well. So giving that just a moment to dry, I'm going to pull out the next piece that we need. And we're so close to being ready. Let's do this first. I'm going to go ahead and apply this. I'm going to, for those of you who have to measure it and make sure it's exact, you would get out a ruler and you would find 3.5, because this is 7 inches wide. So you would find the 3.5 and you would line it up oh so perfect. I am from the school of I'll just eyeball it. So the first thing I want to do is know that I can only put the adhesive on the bottom part, not the top. Do you see why? Because the top part is going to be showing. So I'm putting my finger where I want it to go no further past, and pulling out this liquid glue again, trying to open it with one hand. I'm going to try not to put quite so thick. Okay, and again, I'm eyeballing it. For some people, that's very stressful. If that's you, feel free to take your time, put a couple pencil marks and do it that way. But if you're like me, eyeballing it is just fine. Now here, I'm going to just see, it's going to cover up that piece. That's why I said we don't have to worry about it. And the other beauty of this glue is it does give me a second to make sure I have it right where I want it. And I am going to kind of rough guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doo-doo. Looks kind of good to me. I like that. And give that just a moment. While that sets, you do want to, look at that. I got some glue out. I had too much glue. That's okay. I think we'll be fine. I seeped out a little bit of glue. I was that messy kid when you were learning how to glue stuff. Anyhow, let's grab a couple stamping dimensionals. We'll put one on each end. This is going to raise it up, and the reason we want to raise it up, or at least I feel it needs to be raised up, is it's going to help create a block, or a barrier, so this doesn't just slide down over time as it's on display on your desk or on your bookshelf or wherever you want to put it, your table. So I've seen people put it really up high. If you want it to sit really high, you'd put your greeting up here. Some people have it low. It's really up to you. What you want to do is center it. I think this is where I'm going to put it. Now it's a stamping dimensional, so as soon as you press it down, it's going to be a good bond. And I think I want it there. There we go. And I'm not done yet. Nope, there's a little bit more pizzazz I want to give it. So, oh yes, this little guy, I want to get him glued on. And for him, I can just use my stamping seal. Oh, there it is. I had it out. I was using it already. And I'm just going to apply just a thin amount on the back. And I want him to be kind of up here in the corner. All right. If I had small twine, I would have, like the white thin twine, I probably would have colored it with a stamping blend with one of these seaside sprays, but I didn't have any, so I just took this gorgeous metallic seaside spray ribbon. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Not my age spots, but I think that's really pretty. And I made a faux bow, just tied it. Just one quick tie, not really a bow, it's a faux bow. And let's use a small glue dot. Okay. Now you could always just use glue. I'm going to put it right over top that hole punch mark. Okay. Not done yet. Not done, not done. I really love adding some embellishments, so I'm going to add a lot of the pearls. I'm going to try to take some of these smaller pearls, and in the center of each flower, I'm going to place one of the pearls. Yep, totally going to do that. Oh. Come on, we can do this. There we go. These tools help to grab them. Some people don't need them. Some people find them handy. When they work, I find them great. Sometimes I just seem to have an off day and I have the hardest time using it. And other days it's working pretty good, like today. Yay. Never know. And again, in the center of each of these flowers that I put on, and I put on probably 14 flowers. See, that's what I'm saying, because y'all are looking. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now again, I could have colored the leaves green, and I still might, because once I open it up, we're going to see those beautiful colors from the designer series paper, the Hydrangea Hill designer series paper. I don't know, this collection, there's a suite that is for sale, and usually, you know, you save a little money by buying the collection. It's gorgeous. It's in the January to June catalog, and I did get that. Hey, you, come here, you rascally rabbit. And then I do like to put the medium-sized dots or pearls. I'm going to put some down here because I like to zhuzh it up a little. Let me finish my thought. But that series is just, it's gorgeous. Now, you know I love the Good Morning Magnolia, but I gotta tell you, oh, see? And that is the finished look. I'm holding it hopefully so you can see it. Isn't that pretty? And again, you could stamp a sentiment in here. You could stamp some additional flowers. You can do whatever you want. I do leave them blank. That away, look how pretty that is. Oh, so let me go ahead and put this one down right next to the green one. Oh, I see I have a little bit of time. I try to keep them under 30 minutes. So since I have a little bit of time, let me show you the paper. Ooh, from this set. I've already been using some of it, but look how pretty this is. See? And what I was doing is I was just using the bottom parts. Oh, that one's not out here. And it's got this pretty little polka dot pattern on the back. There's 2 sheets. I've already used one. And then look at this. Yum, yum. I could have used that one instead of this one. And look, it's got the purple with very light purple flowers on the back. And we have this beautiful blue, Seaside Spray. And again, they coordinate. I'll show you how it'll tell you what the colors that coordinate with. But look, 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 look. Ooh. I feel like going to the fireworks. Ah. This is that Rococo Rose color. And then you have some beautiful white stripes on this purple. And then just one sheet of this because that's the one I used. And on the back you have that checked green. But on the back here, it does tell you, there we go, the different papers that it goes with. Not papers, different colors. So this coordinates with the Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and the Whisper White, if you have any of the Whisper White paper. So isn't that something? And now you might be saying, well, Teresa, where is it in the catalog? Great question. So here's our mini catalog, January to June. I'm just going to move ahead. Oh, I thought 18, 19. I thought I knew exactly. Oh, yes. So here we go. It's on pages 18. Starts on page 18 and then on page 19. Look at this. You can get the whole suite collection. You can get the stamps, the dies, this gorgeous acetate paper, this sheer ribbon in Gorgeous Grape, these pastel pearls. Oh, they're so pretty. They coordinate with Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Rococo Rose, and the Seaside Spray. And then, of course, this designer series paper that I showed you. So it is available now. So that's in our mini catalog. Anyhow, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. And in the meantime, and until next time, happy stamping, and thank you for watching. Put that into play, just in case you want to take a picture.